Okay. We'll see if that works now. Yeah. I turn on the camera and, 4 times out of 10, no SD card. Yeah, because for some reason, I'm getting early onset Alzheimer's. I sit there and I kid myself that I have my mind on other things, but it's Alzheimer's at this point. So now I gotta trudge across the morning dew of the grass. It's like, why not just walk through a kiddie pool? Get in the house. Now take off my flip-flops, and I can't put them on the floor. On the mat there. It'd be nice if I could just put them on the mat, get the SD card, come back, slip them on, and walk out here. Can't walk across the floor, then I have to mop the floor. And there's my dog across the room. Like, I take the flip-flop, he's laying down, like asleep. Because it's like 3 in the morning. Like, what every dog should be doing now is sleeping. I love it how I open the door, and he's still sleeping. I could have been a crook. But as soon as I take my flip-flops off, he does one of these. He's laying down. The flip-flops come off. He goes, yeah. So now my flip-flops are going to get accosted by the dog. So I got to take the flip-flops. I got to put up wet flip-flops on the countertop. Go downstairs, get the SD card, come up, take the flip-flops off the counter, use a paper towel to wipe the counter, hide the paper towel. Can't throw it in the garbage can. Why are we using paper towels? Why are we using paper towels? Put the filthy soaking wet paper towel into my pocket. Take the flip-flops, put the flip-flops back on. I go outside as I'm walking to the shed because I have the SD card. The SD card is micro SD card this big. It's between my fingernails. Pops out of my fingernails into the grass. Pitch dark. Sprinklers are on. Yeah. Sprinklers are on. Thank you, honey! Run back in the house in a panic to grab my phone because even though I have a million flashlights out here that I forget about, I'm sorry. Listen, guys, I got some of the greatest flashlights you could ever imagine. All right? Via the viewers. These are great. Look at this. It goes on a charging stand and everything like that. I forget about it. Because, I don't know about you. Come on. I don't know about you. I use the flashlight on my phone. I'm like, who uses a flashlight anymore? I have a tool area at work. Okay? I come around the corner. There's a guy sniffing around my tool area. You understand? This is the thing. People like to go and steal tools out of my tool area. So I'm like, I used to be nice. I'm like, hey, how can I help you? What can I get you? You know, that was back when I was a nice person. Now I come around the corner and I'm like, hey, fucko, what are you doing? All right, maybe I don't say it like that. Well, I'll say like, what's going on over here? With a flashlight. What are you doing? No. And the guy says to me, I'm looking for a flashlight. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, what? I was like, we threw those out 10 years ago. I said, you don't have a cell phone? And he laughs like, ha ha. Like, are you kidding? And I'm like, no, I'm not kidding. Where's your cell phone? Anyway. So for some reason, I run back in the house. Now, I don't care about the flip-flops. I go drudging across the floor. I grab my phone. I run outside. I'm searching on the ground. And I find my soaking wet, sopping wet SD card on the floor. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, well, electronics and, you know, and sprinkler and morning dew water go together in perfect harmony. Like the keys on my piano. Piano. It's a piano. So the SD card's back in. So we'll see, hey, pray to God. We'll see if we have, a show today. Using this camera from hell. Can I drink coffee, please? Anybody? Please? So it was my day off on Tuesday. And I got to tell you something right now. I did a show in the morning. I went and edited the freaking thing. I did a little painting. I'm like, now it's like, this is like 10 o'clock in the morning. Have a breakfast. Bang out some exercise. I've been trying to exercise lately. I know. Calisthenics, guys. Push-ups, pull-ups, dips, curls, military presses, this type of thing. Okay? I'm trying to whip myself together. All right? I know. I get done with that. Bip, bop, boop, lunch. Bing, zang, boom. I'm like, I got a little bit of free time. I haven't been doing anything with my son. I got so many projects out here. I park my son on that tablet and I come out here, I do projects. It breaks my heart. Do you understand? Sometimes I'm working out here and I just say to myself, this is breaking my heart. So I go in and I say, hey, son, I do something that I never do. Never. I say, let's watch a movie together. Midday? Well, late afternoon at this point. Afternoon. Let's watch a movie. And he's into it. He's like, yeah. Because, anything that has to do with a TV screen. So I turn on the old Amazon Prime, which is like cooking, by the way. And there it is. It's King Kong versus Godzilla. Do you understand something, guys? This is Japan, Toho, Godzilla's. I think this is like the third Godzilla movie. Yes. The most attended Godzilla movie in Japan. Could you imagine this coming out? King Kong. This is 1962, guys. People are still riding high off of King Kong. I'm still riding high off of King Kong. It's like this is like one of the greatest movies of all time. This is the start of like real movies with sound and stop motion animation. So can you imagine what happened? People just had two killer Godzilla movies, and now it's Godzilla versus King Kong. I'm in. Now, I've seen this movie before, and, of course, it pisses me off. Listen, I don't like to see Godzilla lose. You understand? When I watched Godzilla versus Mothra, okay, and Mothra won, I was devastated. I remember when I recorded it, and I watched it the next day, I just wanted to take the tape and snap it over my knee. I can't see Godzilla lose. He was getting put in that cocoon. You had these two Japanese broads was singing for this goddamn Mothra. What? It's a moth. I just wanted to see it roast. With one atomic blast, and that thing roasts into, like, ashes. That's what I wanted. But no, Godzilla loses. He gets wrapped in a cocoon and dropped in the ocean. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for destroying my hero. Anyhow. We put on Godzilla versus King Kong. And now my son is in. You know, they're in a submarine. The submarine crashes into an iceberg. And one of the greatest scenes is right now, I'm going to tell you right now, is when Godzilla comes out of the iceberg. When the iceberg collapses, he looks like he's in the middle of the ocean. They did a great job with that. And now we got a serious Godzilla. You understand? The eyes, he's got the furrowed brow. You know, the eyes are a little extreme. It's like the eyes got bigger. I don't know what happened. But this time, he's fucking shit up. And there's no fooling around, okay? The army comes at him. The little tanks, the little remote control tanks come out. He's burning them. They're melting. He's grabbing them. He's crushing them. He's throwing rocks at them. His tail's flying around. He's tail whipping towers over. Electrical lines. I'm in. He's taking train tracks off. Ripping trains. This is the Godzilla I'm looking for. But then the movie goes a little bit sideways. Because number one, King Kong. They go to the island to go get King Kong. I love it how they go we're going to go get King Kong. And number one, King Kong looks goofy. He just looks plain goofy. It's a guy in a, let's face it, in a gorilla suit. And I understand Godzilla is a guy in a Godzilla suit. But it's Godzilla. Okay? We know what we're getting. King Kong, we know what we had, and then you bring this out? It might as well have been stop motion King Kong. It would have been better. King Kong is goofy looking. And they put him to sleep with like this juice. And then I love the next shot, he's on the raft and they're towing him away from the island. Yeah, okay. Can somebody please film how they got King Kong onto the raft? That's what I want to know. This is a raft made out of bamboo, like big logs or whatever. Okay, you ever try stepping on one? You ever make a raft and you try to step on it and it just tips over and you fall in the water? That's just explain to me how you rolled a 175,000 ton animal onto a wooden raft. Please. Please. That's the part of the movie that I want to see. That could be a 2-hour movie right there. Anyhow. Oh, by the way, King Kong fights this octopus. And it's like a real octopus. But they do like close-up shots of it. And I got to tell you a tale of how disgusting an octopus is. I love octopi. Right? What do they have? The brain of like a 6-year-old? That's fantastic. So what do you, when you catch one from the water, they annoy you to death? I don't know. Listen, they got those jet things in the side that open and close. Oh, it looks like he's got an anus on his face. My son's looking at this thing and he's like, that's disgusting. Because it's all close-up shots. Oh, I'm sorry. My son says, what does he say? That's disgusting. Yes. It's cute. You know? The things kids say, that's cute. Anyhow. And the arms, like, squirming and writhing, the suction cups. It's like, this thing's from, like, planet hell. Anyhow. They're like throwing the thing around. King Kong's throwing the thing. And you know, it's just like in Mighty Joe Young when they're throwing the lions around. Remember Mighty Joe Young has the stop motion lion? And then he throws it, and then the next thing you know, they cut to a scene of a lion spinning around and crashing into tables. An actual lion. It's like, what did they do? They put this lion down a slide and just launched him into tables like a bowling alley. It's animal cruelty to the highest order. I love it. And now you see this octopus go flying across the screen, you know, and you're like, oh, they're fucking up a real octopus, son. Isn't this great? Yeah. And you're like, it's an octopus, you know. Throw it back in the water. There's a great video on YouTube of an old timer It's got to be a video from like, remember Flipper? It looks like that time. It's like the boat from Flipper. And the guy's showing you an octopus. He's like, yeah. He's like, this is an octopus. He's like an old fisherman. This is an octopus. And he's like, the octopus is suction cupped to the bottom of the boat. He goes, sometimes they stick. And he starts going, and he rips the octopus off the bottom of the boat. And like one of the tentacles rips off. There he is. That grows back. This is the horn. And he's like ripping the bottom. It's like, guy, good. You get your ham-fisting this octopus. Take it easy. For Christ's sake. Anyhow. We're getting to the point where it's going to be the big showdown between Godzilla and King Kong. All right? And the fucking power goes out. Number one, you got to understand something. King Kong and Godzilla, excuse me, they send them to like Mount Fuji. They wind up fighting at Mount Fuji. And it's like one of these old time, like Japanese structures, like those big, I don't know what they are, temple, which they're just like beating up. They're like kicking a thing. This is like, 200-year-old construction. No, aren't they like thousands of years old? That the Japanese wooden mortises and whatnot. I know it's a model, but like Godzilla's like banging his tail into it. They're like kicking the thing, busting it, they're throwing each other through it. It's like great. 1,000-year-old temple. Goodbye. Because of these two fucking morons. Anyhow, then things get a little goofy. Godzilla's like burning his chest hair. King Kong's doing one of these. Godzilla winds up drop kicking him. But it's a drop kick where he's like flying through the air and he's dragging his tail on the floor. It's like, all right, you lost me. Anyhow, spoiler alert, King Kong wins. Yeah, fuck me. But you know what? I'm almost glad the power went out. Because I didn't want to see my son see Godzilla suffer that fate. And I'm looking out of the corner of my eye. And I see the wind is whipping outside. You know when the wind is whipping it to the point where you can see the underside of branches? I don't know what is it about, there's a storm when you see the underside of the leaves. You know what I'm talking about? And it looks like it's just whooshing like this. And I look outside and I'm like, oh, something going on out there. We had listen guys, I don't listen to the news. So, I don't know there's a hurricane on the way or a tropical storm. Listen, here's how it goes here in the East Coast. Florida gets slammed with a hurricane. Maybe it's still a hurricane by the time it hits North Carolina. And then bip bop boop, we get a tropical storm, so it just rains for 3 days. Thank you. We don't even get the excitement of the hurricane. So anyway, this fucking hurricane, they named it Isaiah or something, or Izika. I'm out. I said, and once you name the hurricane something I can't pronounce, I'm out. There's no hurricane anymore in my head. All right? Where's Hurricane Jeff? I'm waiting for Hurricane Mike. Anybody? Izika? Huh? What? No, I shut the news off. So, learn something, news. I want Hurricane Jennifer. Jen. How about that? Hurricane Susie. Anyhow. Next thing you know, we got like, this thing crept up like, it didn't even rain. It just crept up. Next thing you know, we got like 75 fucking mile-an-hour winds blowing. I'm like, you start hearing the howling, the house is shaking, and when the lights go out, it's quiet. For once in your life, it's quiet. And we're all sitting there like on the couch, like eyes going back and forth. And it's kind of dark. Not dark, but, you know. And we're like, oh, boy. So this is getting, like, eerie, right? Now, I don't know about you, but there's something that happens inside of a man. It's something that stirs something instinctive, okay? It's like there's an adrenaline that happens in a man. This is like, okay, this is it. This is it. Check it out. This is what everybody's talking about. Let Nika lock pavers. Pave your way. Listen, I've been waiting for the beginning of that jingle since we talked about it. I've been trying to pull it out of the catacombs of my mind, and I just got it. So, pardon me. Pardon me. Yeah, that was a month and a half journey. So we just completed it together. So now, I'm running to the back sliding glass door. I'm watching the trees. I'm making a mental map in my head, like a topographical map of where all the trees are. That way, when I come back and I look, are there any trees missing? Yes. The tree, I got a tree. I don't know. This is like a tree from Jurassic Park, right on the corner of the shed. And I'm praying that the tree slams the shed to pieces. I know what you're thinking. I know. This is my temple. Yes, I understand this is the fortress of solitude, but I'm like, come on, tree, just fucking rip this fucking place in half, and then I can build one twice as big. Or I have an excuse to, I don't know, to do something bigger. Move to another location. I'll tell my wife, you know, the trauma from this, we gotta move. Next thing you know, we're in South Carolina. We got a fucking 5-car garage. We're inside here filming in a museum. Anyhow, I'm looking, the tree over here swaying back and forth. I'm like, oh my God. I run to the front of the house. Now I'm like a little dog. I'm running from the back of the house to the front of the house. From the bay window to the sliding glass door. The bay window to the sliding glass door. Oh, by the way, as soon as the lights go out, the Jack Daniels comes out. Yeah, we don't need much of an excuse to party around here. So now I'm dumping Jack and Cokes. Okay? The wind is howling. I'm like, I gotta drink the soda before it goes bad. So anyway, I'm running to the front window. Now I see the vinyl siding on my neighbor's house completely rip off and blow down the block.
Then you're such a metiche. Look at you. Started going over there and help. You're too fast to bring the phone out.
Hey, will you be quiet?
And start recording things, right?
Be quiet.
That's the situation these days. Started helping. The first thing you take out is your phone.
I'm like, oh my God. Now I'm like, oh my God, honey, come over here. The vinyl siding ripped off the side of the house. The house is coming down. Like, I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I don't even realize I'm screaming. And then I turn around, and my son is like cowering on the couch crying. And I'm like, oh, geez. And I look at my wife, and she's looking at me like, she's giving me, are you an asshole look? So I go over to my son, and I'm like, listen, son, I'm like, don't worry, we're inside the house, you're okay. It's just the rest of the world going to hell in a handbasket, but we'll be fine. So I calm him down, I look out the back window, I go back to the front, and a garbage can, I swear to you, I never saw a garbage can accelerate like this in my life. It's a fucking Rubbermaid garbage can that went from like 0 to 60 in 2.5 and went flying down the block and just missed my car. I was like, oh, the trash can, it just missed my car. You had to see it. Bah, bah, bah. And then I hear, I turn around and I was like, oh, I turn around, there's my son crying on the couch again. I got to go through the whole speech again. My wife is giving me the silent spell. I'm like, all right. Dump a couple more I got news for you right now. These days, when the electricity goes out, I'm thinking to myself, this is great. I'm thinking, playing cards by candlelight, drinking. This is a party and whatnot. I got news for you. It's cute for like an hour. Okay? And then once my son's tablet runs out, it's like that fucking siren by the firehouse that they got to play at 9 o'clock in the morning, 12 noon. I said, what? I always thought to myself, they play that siren, an air raid siren. You don't even hear it anymore. It happens so often. I said, what about the houses that are right next to the firehouse? And you got this air raid siren blaring through your windows. Anyhow. So, yeah. So then 2 days without power. Yeah, a lot of fun. Callahan here. Reporting for duty. We're scanning for crimes. I could put up with the Wi-Fi being down. Because I got cellular. And a car that I could charge it in. No. I could put up with all the food going bad in the fridge, in the freezer. Goodbye. I'll go out to eat. This is great. This is my excuse to spend more money and go out to eat. But the one thing I can't take are the cold showers. I love burning hot showers. My wife says that's why your hair fell out, because of hot showers. I say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I'm still taking hot showers. I don't feel clean until I take a smoldering hot shower. Yeah, the water can't get hot enough. What are we talking about? Roll the theme song. Dr. Trey had love a song. Me and Dougie Frank. All right. Shut up. I got news for you right now. I survived Hurricane Gloria, 1985, Long Island. Brr, look it up. 2 weeks out of school. Oh, what a blessing. What a blessing. It was like October. 2 weeks out of school. Oh, I wish I was a kid for this pandemic. Can you imagine? These kids, they just don't go to school anymore. You know how jealous I am of that? Imagine being a kid in like high school. A kid at any age. No school. What? For months? What? Oh, it's just like a gift from the Lord above. Thank you. Thank you. I remember being in school and there would be like a snowstorm. I was like a meteorologist in high school. If there was snow coming, you turn on the news. Okay, come on. School closings. Oh my God, what's the barometric pressure right now, Mom? My school never closed. Never closed. I remember all the Catholic schools, right? All the schools that you actually pay money to go for. they'd be closed. 3 snowflakes hit the floor, closed. My school, it needed state money. In other words, if the school closed, it didn't get its state money for the day. Yeah. So, yeah, we were open during, like, Donner Party blizzards. Yeah. The buses would be slipping and sliding all over the road. That's great. We need to go to school today. That's very important. I need to play Rygar. Guys, we got a package right here, right? To be honest with you, I don't know the direction the show's going in today. That seems to be like my MO lately. There's no direction. I don't know what it is. This one's from Alan, and ladies and gentlemen, this one's coming from W.I., Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Is that Washington? I don't know. Fellas, ladies and gentlemen, $46.70. Shot a cap gun. Shot a cap gun for Alan. $46. I mean, he probably went into the post office. They were like $46, and his hair went up and spun around and came back down. I don't know. Where's Johnny Blade? Here's Johnny. Oh, here. All right. No panic. This, I think Alan did this on purpose, all right? This is the new best way to pack a package, by the way. You fold the box. You know how you fold a box closed and then tape it? It's impossible to open. But not for Johnny Blade. It's because you get all these different... The surface area for taping is ridiculous. Yes. All right. Here you go. So this, yes. Look at this. All right. A note, handwritten note. Look at this. This is handwritten in, what is this, crayon? Written on cardstock in colored pencil. Oh, come on. Sip of coffee. Bithead 1000. Sorry it took so long to put this package together. My son helped me tape it again. We got a good laugh at watching you open the last one. Yes. Yes. WI is Wisconsin. We got it, baby. Wisconsin. This is going to be the place where I retire and become tractor pulling champion of the world. You understand? I know they have tractor pulling in Wisconsin. I just want to, in my retirement, I want to tractor pull and I want to play jazz drums. Yeah, like Buddy Rich. WI is Wisconsin, by the way. Yes, I included some random things that I hope you will get a kick out of. Watching your show has become my favorite part of any day. Wow. The stories you tell are unmatched by anyone else, especially when you talk about your wife and her family. My God, I don't know how you get away with some of the things you say. No way she watches the show. Well, you know what? Words catching on at work. Okay? And I happen to work with my wife. That's how I met my wife at work, by the way. Yeah, so, we get to see each other basically all the time. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so now people at work like to watch the show and then immediately run to her. Did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he said? I mean, can some of these people just die already? Who does that? I would never do that. I would never think about doing something like that. So now she's starting to like tune in every once in a while, and I'm like, no, this has got to stop. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the package, and I hope you, your family, and your bald-ass dog, my dogs are not bald, are doing very well. Make sure you open the gold ones last. Okay. You're the boss. I'm not looking. Oh, yes. Led Zeppelin Mothership, I have no idea what this is all about. Okay? My Led Zeppelin library stopped at Coda. Okay? In Through the Outdoor, I blew a gasket. You understand? And I'm starting to go back and listen to In Through the Outdoor, and I'm like, Like, what is that song, Carousel or Labra? What is that one? I'm like, that one's starting to grow on me. And I'm starting to say to myself, Jesus Christ, these guys were so ahead of their time. I can listen to Hot Dog. Yeah. I know Fool in the Rain. Yeah. If the radio didn't, like, grind it into the ground. I get it. Listen, John Bonham on a Purdy Shuffle and doing that Purdy Shuffle, I'm in. Anyhow. So after that, remember the box set came out and it had Traveling the Riverside Blues, which I don't know why that was never released as put that on In Through the Outdoor and we got an album. Put Hey What Can I Do on In Through the Outdoor and we have an album, right? Yes. But here we go. Led Zeppelin Mothership. What's the story here? Is this like a greatest hits? Because I don't see anything new on here. It seems like a greatest hits. Wow. What a wonderful CD. Yeah. It starts with Good Times, Bad Times. A lot of people don't realize when you listen to Good Times, Bad Times, you're basically watching or listening to science fiction drumming at this point. This is drumming that never happened before. Triplets on the bass drum and this type of... It was insanity to hear that back in, 69? 68? When did the first Led Zeppelin album come out? Was it 68? And you're going to open the album with Good Times, Bad Times? This is otherworldly. I don't think people realize, when I started listening to Led Zeppelin was in the 80s, because let's face it, that's basically when I was a little boy, when I was a kid. So I heard this drumming, and I thought it was fantastic at the time, but I didn't realize that for 1968, it was just like groundbreaking, like pioneer drumming here. And it's the youngest version of John Bonham. Okay? He's like 19 years old. 5 years of drumming. And we get Good Times, Bad Times. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, John Bonham was doing his best drumming just before he died. Yeah. 1979, Nebworth, Achilles' Last Stand. That's all I have to say. You play it. You play it. You play it. Live. With that explosive power and that kind of speed. No. I'd love to take some of the greatest drummers of today, and drop Rita on the floor. Oh please, oh please, what is this? Super Nintendo? Oh, whoa, okay, here we go. Let me tell you something right now. Killer Instinct on... I'm going to tell you something. There are people that fall to pieces for this game, okay? I remember seeing it in the arcades, and I was like, People went bananas for this game. It was great to see it in the arcade, because what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with, what was it called? It was like the Donkey Kong Country style of graphic, right? What is that called again? I don't know. Guys, I love it. People are asking me lately, like, what video game shows do you watch lately? And I'm like, none. None. I'm watching a guy build light bulbs. I'm watching a guy build boats. I'm watching a guy build robots. Video games. I was so entrenched in watching video games for like a good 8 years. I mean, I thought I was like honing my craft. I absorbed it all. And now it's starting to fade. And now I'm like, blah blah. I'm not even qualified to sit up here and talk about video games anymore. It's getting ridiculous at this point. There was a time where I was actually qualified. But between the rotted brain, you know, the alcoholism, and me just focusing on other things, you get burnt out. You get burnt out. But I distinctly remember seeing Killer Instinct in the arcade. This was what we're talking about. Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Samurai Showdown. The fighting games were unfucking real. I mean, the Neo Geo was popping them out all over the place. SNK, World Heroes was happening. And then this Killer Instinct came in, which to me was an amazing arcade cabinet. It was the loudest arcade cabinet, I think, in the whole arcade. That was the thing. You know, I always thought that the guys that set up arcades got paid, like, by the executive of the arcade company. Like, we're going to throw you an extra hunch. Crank up the volume pots. All right? We need to sell this thing. All right? So then the guy goes in there and he cranks the volume to the moon. Remember the volume on some of the arcade machines? Oh, they would scare you. Sometimes you'd walk in and it would have like the stay away from drugs symbol. And you'd be walking by, then all of a sudden it was like, da-da-da-da, like a Killer Instinct. So you can, dun, 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 dun. You're like, ee. It was jarring to walk through the, oh my God, bring back those arcades. Bring back those arcades. Yeah, so a lot of people went gagas for Killer Instinct. I didn't. I don't know why. Maybe I didn't play it enough in the arcade. I'd watch people play it in the arcade. But I think it was the graphics that put me off. And this is not a 20/20 hindsight type of thing. I just loved pixels. Like Street Fighter. Like, I don't know. These Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown, these type of graphics turned me on. Even Mortal Kombat, I knew it was almost like a gimmick. I was like, all right, the graphics are cool, but I didn't like playing Mortal Kombat. I loved watching it, you know, because it was like an anomaly with these graphics. You never saw something like these digitized graphics with this violence and all this type of thing. There was a lot going on with Mortal Kombat. I understand it's a good game, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. World Heroes. You understand? This type of thing. King of Fighters. This was like gorgeous. Neo Geo, absolute powerhouse. Mode 7 scaling in and out from the. What are you doing out here? This is. What are you doing?
I'm over here.
You're over here?
Yeah, I just woke up now.
You just woke up? Okay. You decided to take a trip out here? Yeah? You got your nipples hanging out?
Yeah.
Huh? What if the neighbors see you naked?
No, I didn't saw no people. They were sleeping still.
They're sleeping still? Yeah, everybody's sleeping right now, right? You should be sleeping right now, right?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
So what are you going to do?
I'm going to watch TV, not tablet.
Not tablet?
No.
Wow, do you have a fever?
No.
Okay, because you usually love your tablet, right?
Yeah.
What happened during the windstorm?
The trees fell down, and the windstorm, it was so strong, and it broke somebody's fence, and the windstorm was strong, and then it broke somebody's house of wood.
And you were scared?
Yeah.
Were you crying?
Yeah.
What was Daddy doing?
I'm recording it.
Recording? Daddy was running back and forth across the house looking?
Yeah.
Daddy was yelling?
No.
No, Daddy wasn't yelling, looking out the window, saying, wow, and stuff like that. But you were okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what's important, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can watch more tablet.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, back inside, watch a little TV.
I didn't want to go to the garage and stay in the car and bring my tablet inside the car.
You want to bring your tablet inside the car and go garage selling. Okay. All right. Let's go.
I'm going to go inside too?
I'll be in a second. Okay. Go back inside, okay? Okay. Make sure Chewie stays in there. I'll be in a second. Freaking kids haunting me? No. Yeah. Anyhow. Here. What are we talking about? I don't know. All right, moving along. Oh, baby. Oh, my God. Oh. This album is so good. Ladies and gentlemen, Led Zeppelin, Physical Graffiti. Where do you start? Where do you start? In the Light, Down by the Seaside, 10 Years Gone, In the Time of My Dying, The Rover, Eshka, it's just one after the other. You know, it's hard to put my finger on what's my favorite Led Zeppelin album. I mean, this one and Presence are having a fist fight right now. They're just This is right, and on CD, this means this goes right in the Bose wave radio under my TV while I'm doing some editing. Wonderful. Wonderful. Oh, yeah. Branya. I don't know, what is that? Branya what? Oh, yeah. What am I missing here? Night Flight? I mean, pick one. Pick one. Kashmir? Houses of Holy... This is an album of epic proportion. You want your money's worth on a Zeppelin album? There you go. That's the one. All right? Here you go. Pick it up on record, and it's boner popping time. Oh, my God. Look at this guy. This guy is hitting it out of the park over here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Cannonball Run. I used to watch this over and over again over my buddy Todd's house. Remember this? Burt Reynolds, Bip Bap Boop, Dean Martin. Everybody racing across the country, right? In old cars. I mean, what more can you ask for? The antics. All right? The slapstick comedy. God almighty. What year is this? This got to be like 81, right? What year is this? Were we 70s on this one, guys? I don't know. Roger Moore. I mean, the greatest James Bond of all time. Okay? Who wants to come to my front lawn and eat a couple knuckle sandwiches over it? Roger Moore. Sip of coffee. Holy schmackerel. What is going on here? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. RoboCop 1, 2, and 3. Please. Oh, all three of them right here. I gotta be honest with you. What was the one? I don't think I've ever seen RoboCop 3. I saw 2 was with the kid who was like the drug kingpin, right? And all the other RoboCop. Listen, it's RoboCop 1. Let's face it. Let's face it. All right. If Paul Verhoeven's not at the helm, I'm out. Did he do 2? I don't think he did 2. But it's RoboCop. The first one is so good they could make 8 bombs afterwards, and I'll still watch them. That's all. That's all. It's the big 3 of sci-fi, ladies and gentlemen. RoboCop, Total Recall, Starship Troopers. Done. Done. I don't need anything else. I really don't. My Christ, this box is full of goodies. Wow, Alan. What do you go? Yes! Yes! Oh, Alan sent us this soap before, I believe. The Dr. Squash soap. Was it Alan? I'm not sure. I love this stuff. I love it. This is like, listen, I got news for you right now. When you use soap, it's been so long since I used to, growing up as a kid, when we took showers, there was a bar of Ivory soap. Do you understand? And I love a bar of soap. I don't like this squeeze bottle soap because everybody goes like, you want squeeze bottle soap? You might as well just take your money and throw it in the garbage can. It's like, you put half the bottle in your hand to wash one arm. It just disappears. A bar of soap, it lasts forever. And you get to hone that soap down till it's like a little piece of nothing. What a fantastic experience. And Ivory soap, when you wash, it's like washing a pot or like a glass, a dish. You know how you wash it and all of a sudden it starts squeaky clean? Yeah, Ivory soap, you wash yourself and it's like all of a sudden you're gripping yourself. And it's like you get squeaky clean. And ever since I moved here, everything is liquid soap. You don't get squeaky clean. It like leaves oils in your body. And they're like, they're bodily moisturizers. No, thank you. I want clean. I want clean as ivory. It's gotta be 99.44. Whatever that means. Anyhow, here we go. This stuff leaves you squeaky clean. Oh, yeah. I wash my hair with it. I washed my hair with it for weeks. I was like, I just washed my whole body with it. Everything. Hair and everything. Hair felt great. That fucking oily mess in your hair after you use shampoo these days. I like my hair to feel dry. I don't know. I started using it. I was waiting for like the dandruff blizzard. It never came. I'm like, I'm in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That one is Cold Brew Cleanse. It smells fantastic. And here we go. Freedom Fresh. Ah, yeah. Oh, I'm so happy about that. And it comes in these square bars with edges. And when you first, like, wash your hand, it almost hurts your hand because those edges hit your hand and you're like, yeah. But then you use it, it rounds over and you're like, yeah. Yeah. When's the last time you had a nice bar of soap slip out of your hands onto the floor? I look forward to dropping the soap. God, what is going on here? What the hell is going on here? Oh my gosh, Chips. The complete season. What season? The kickstart of the 6-season series. What, are you kidding me? Oh, it's the complete first season of Chips. Here's Puncharelli. Punch. You know what a phenomenon Chips was? These are two guys on motorcycles, like cops. Like, this is back when cops were revered. Do you understand? I mean, can you imagine the fucking pussy, the poontang California Highway Patrol motorcycle cops were getting when Chips was on? Oh, what a uniform. Look at that. The aviator glasses, the leather gloves, the helmet. This is like, yes. The best part about Chips was the theme song. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chips was on like prime time, 8 o'clock. Just in time to put me to bed. Yeah, my parents used to put me to bed. I wouldn't want to watch Chips. No, you have to go to bed. So I'd be in my room, like, staring at the ceiling, because, no 10-year-old kid needs to go to sleep. I was younger than that, like 8. Staring at the ceiling for hours on end, and then I would hear the Chips theme song. Da, 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 da. And here was the best part. It would go. I'd be in my bed like, yes. What? All right, maybe I didn't do that. And then it was Chips. Then it was like fucking Dynasty. Hill Street Blues. Hill Street Blues. TJ Hooker. I know all the theme songs, okay? TJ Hooker. Next thing you know, Fantasy Island. We're getting late at night here. And fucking Johnny Carson. And I'm still in bed like this. Oh my God, yeah. This is a treasure trove. Do you understand? Look at this. What is this? Robert Plant and Jimmy Page, No Quarter. Should I just like shadow this over my knee right now? I mean, what's going on here? What are they doing? They're redoing songs. Friends, it's a great song. Since I've Been Loving You, yeah. Bop, bop, bop. That's the way. Go, good song. Gallows Pole. Gallows Pole is one of the most underrated Led Zeppelin songs of all time. I think it's the greatest song on Led Zeppelin 3. How about that? Yeah. Here we go. What year is this? This is 94. Yeah, I could shatter this over my knee. I got news for you. What was it, 1989? Led Zeppelin did Nebworth again. And I can remember me and Rex going crazy. Well, me mostly. This is Led Zeppelin getting back together again. You understand? They had Jason Bonham in tow. They're doing Nebworth. Yeah. I think Jimmy Page, after John Bonham died, he came out of his heroin fucking zombified mode, and he put down his guitar. This is how great John Bonham was. Jimmy Page, greatest guitarist of all time, takes his guitar and puts it down and doesn't pick it up for like a decade. And he basically said, if I'm not playing with John Bonham, I'm not playing. Yeah. Powerful stuff. So, then Nebworth happens, 1989, 9 years later, and basically the concert starts, and it sounded like Jimmy Page put down his guitar for 10 years and didn't pick it up until that day. I remember him coming out, bing, boing, bing, like a guitar string went, bing. I was like, all right, we're out. Rex we shut it off. It was so horrible, we shut it off. So, I mean, this is never ending. It's never ending. What do we got here? Oh my God. Oh my God. What's going on in Wisconsin? You guys just like have the greatest taste ever. Look at this, Smokey and the Bandit. The only thing missing is Porky's. Oh yeah. What was her name? Oh, she was so hot. Sally Field. Yeah. Oh, come on. Smokey and the Bandit. Look at that car. What was it? Firebird? Trans Am? Trans Am, right? What a fucking iconic car. Jackie Gleason. I mean, who's in? I'm in. Smokey and the Bandit 2. Look at Jackie Gleason with the cigarette hanging out of the mouth. Oh my God. Yeah, if you grew up in the 80s, man, late 70s, or in the 80s, what are we talking about here? Yeah, of course, they're not going to tell us the date, right? This is just stuff that you watched. Hey, yes. It's into the outdoor. Yeah. Carousel Lambra. Carousel Lambra? Yeah, okay, let's talk about it. In the evening, okay, the guitar solo. This is Jimmy Page with two needles hanging out of his arms trying to play guitar. And it was like overdubbed. And I'll never forget when the solo happens in the evening. And it's like, and it's like, oh, I'm throwing up. And this is the first song on the fucking album. This is horrible. Southbound Suarez, Fool in the Rain. Okay, we got a classic out of this. We got Fool in the Rain. Okay, I got it. Then Hot Dog. This is, you got to understand something, buddies. We just came from Presents, and now you're going to hit me over the head with Hot Dog. You got to understand a young kid. This is Led Zeppelin we're talking about here. Now they're playing like country music, like this, like backwoods country music. Today, I get it. Back then, unacceptable. Carousel Lambra. I mean, this is music straight out of this is futuristic music as far as I'm concerned. They were in a different place, and I appreciate it now. Didn't appreciate it then. Yes, All of My Love, a touching song about, right? It's Robert Plant, a song to his son that he lost in a car accident or something. Oh no, his son died on a tour, right? Didn't he have like a stomach problem? They took him to the hospital. He dropped dead. This is like heartbreaking. A man singing a song to his son, even though his voice sounds kind of broken at this point, which kind of adds to the somber vibe of the whole thing. And then it's a weird song because you got John Paul Jones on the keyboard. It's like a keyboard solo. It's like, this is kind of, I don't know, not as touching. I don't know. And I'm going to crawl, I'm going to crawl away from this album. Let's put it to you that way. I'm trying. That's all I could say. I'm trying. I know. And here we go. What is this? Family Film. Warner Brothers Family Films. This is awesome. 3 essential family films. Take a guess. Wizard of Oz. It's a must-see. Wizard of Oz it's one of the most fantastic movies ever made. I'm sorry. It is. Every Thanksgiving, right? Every Thanksgiving. Goonies. Yes. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The only thing that's missing here is Babes in Toyland. Anybody? I know. What is this? Oh, what are we talking about here? Big ass soap on a rope. Made with beer. Old Milwaukee American Lager. What's going on these days? I'm in. What's going on? Who doesn't need it? Look at that. So I can't wait to hang this up in the shower. Wait till you see the protests from my wife. Oh, it smells great. Soap on a rope. Who came up with this concept? I can't wait to see my wife's face. Yeah. I hung shelves in the shower. Yeah, oh, big mistake. Drill through the tile, number 1. Hair-raising experience. Drill through the tile. Like one shattered tile and that's it. My life is over with. I get these shelves put up. And now she doesn't want to put anything on the shelves. I don't get, because the soap stains the shelf. I know. All right, so we got open last. Open last. All right, I think we got everything except for these 2. Open last. Open last. Where's my knife go? Where'd the knife go? Where's Johnny Blade? How do I lose an 8-inch fucking switchblade? I'm going to have to open this one with my veneer calipers. There you go. The beak of my veneer calipers. All right. We got a Nintendo tape here. You guys will see it first.
Beechwood Drive, South Carolina, 0604, dispatch 44.
How tall is he? Get some measurements. Build a casket. At this point, sick, 71. Build a casket. Oh, come on, Alan. Alan, do you watch the show? We have a copy of this. Wait a second. No, we don't. Huh? What? It's the same cover? This is Tato. Ours is Ubisoft. They use the same cover? I guess. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Oh, wow. I guess you do watch the show. Wow. I'm just confused at this point. I didn't realize it was the same exact label, just a different company. By God. Well, we have it crossed off the Wallet Buster list, don't we? Yes. And another one here. Wow, this is some freaking package, Alan. I don't know what to say. Oh boy, another Nintendo tape here. I don't know where my knife is. My channel locks, huh? Okay. Oh, not looking. Just feeling. Here's the bottom. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. It's the Ubisoft version. This is crazy. Oh, I'm so glad this came like this, so we can see the difference together. Look at that. One's Ubisoft, and one's Tato. Wow. How about it, folks? Yes. Wow. All right, guys. Listen, that's an amazing package, Alan. Thank you so much. Woo, there's a lot to digest here. I know that we'll be watching this, me and my son together. Yeah. Little Wizard of Oz. Yeah. Every child needs to have their mind twisted by the Wizard of Oz. It's American classic, baby. So here we go. We're an hour and 14. My battery's almost dead, which is great because we've played Indiana Jones before. So no need to bring down picture. But wow, Alan, thank you so much. Guys, do you realize that you just tuned into the greatest video game program in the history of human civilization? And you better believe that. With a 4K voice! We'll see you next time.